Once again, good evening, everyone, and welcome to today's webinar. My name is Aditi, and I am from Next Education. So I can see a lot of people joining, and I was about to wait 5 minutes more, but it will be unfair for those who have already joined, right? Okay. Um, so first of all, thank you all of all for joining this session, and I hope everyone is doing well. And today we are actually going to explore one of the exciting topic, right? And whenever I take any kind of webinar when it comes to I really, this topic has started has started making me to be as much interesting and exciting, just like a kid wants to explore something more, because every day, one or the other day, I can see a lot of improvements happening around AI and technology. Right. So so those who are saying good evening in the chat, good evening from my side to everyone. I will not, just call out the names specifically, but yeah, good evening. I have read all of your uh, evening messages. Okay. So yeah, let's start. Today, we are going ahead with the session name as a webinar, AI in STEM education, why every student needs AI literacy. Right? So we all know what is STEM education, right? When we say STEM, it's science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. So this is the very basic and standard thing which we are expecting all the schools to implement. That is STEM. But artificial intelligence is no longer a concept. It is not only nowadays limited to the research in the labs or in science or in anywhere, right? Today, right now, if when we see that how exactly AI is integrated or AI is a part of STEM, we can see many technologies around us where kids are actually actively using them around us, your kids, students, right? Everywhere. I can see a lot of technological exposure to even like 4 to grade 4 or grade 3, or might be possible younger kids as well, right? So, when we talk about from voice assistants, recommendation systems to smart devices, automation, right? AI is already there, and it is shaping the way we are living. It is making our task easier every day. So all the people who don't like AI, I completely, relate to them, because there are certain aspects of AI which we definitely not appreciate. But I am not here to be a kind of a flag bearer that AI is everything. I am here to explain you all why exactly and how exactly AI is important in STEM education. Okay, so this is actually a very important question and a topic to be discussed, that how exactly you all can integrate AI in STEM, right? So the first question is, are we actually preparing students when we I know a lot of you are academicians at your position, right? But my question is, are we actually preparing students to understand responsibly how to use intelligent technologies, specifically for those who are teaching computers, right? And not only computers, a lot of subjects, um, like when we talk about any math assignment, science assignment, English assignment, they all have started Google was already there, right? And then also we were concerned about it, how exactly and how uh, responsibly the kids are using it, right? But when we talk about AI is a more powerful tool. And now Google was something which is a search engine. It allows you to get the information. Now through AI, you can train the models, you can ask them, you can create n number of the things. Now a lot of platforms have become open source. Those who don't know open source, they are freely available, I mean, right? So in today's webinar, we'll try to understand that what exactly AI literacy means. When I talk about how you are going to teach AI, it's all about how you're going to make students literate for AI. And then the second, how exactly AI is a part of STEM education, and how teachers in the schools can introduce AI concepts, and how exactly our students can, we can prepare our students for the future technology and the responsible usage of AI. Now, let's start with some good discussion related questions like what exactly you will know about artificial intelligence. To all those who are from the computers background and to all those who are not from the computer background, completely fine. Even if you know a simple statement related to artificial intelligence, it is like I'll welcome that response as well, because it will be a great opportunity for you all to speak and to put your voice that what do you understand about AI. You all can unmute yourself or you can put your um, responses in the chat. I will read each and every response. So the question is, what do you know about artificial intelligence? Okay, Snehan Jani. If I'm not sorry, I'm very bad in pronouncing names, but I hope that you will not mind. Artificial intelligence cannot think on its own, works on prompt, right? Okay. Okay. Lashkari Preparatory School Automation. Okay, Harsha Menon to make the machine to think and behave like human. Okay. Any more responses? AI helps machine think and learn, solve problems. Artificial means artificial intelligence means something that people make instead of growing or happening on its own. Okay, train the machine. Okay, I can say, yeah, Fatima ji, would you like to say something? If you can unmute yourself, if possible, because I feel mute option is working. Unmute option is working for you or not. You can type it in the chat if in case.
Hi, ma'am.
Yeah, hi. Can you, ma'am, your voice is really low. Can you speak a little louder?
Yeah, hello.
Yeah.
Yeah. So on behalf of, like, as an IT teacher, my answer would be like artificial intelligence or AI is a branch of computer science that focus on creating smart machines capable of performing tasks that normally require human intelligence. Like
Mm-hmm.
AI doesn't replace humans. Instead,
Mm-hmm.
it helps humans to make work easier and more efficient.
Mm-hmm.
AI works by using data, algorithm, and machine learning models to identify patterns to improve its performance over time. Like for
Right.
example, we use daily in life and like voice assistant like
Mm-hmm.
Siri or Alexa, recommendation system on YouTube and Netflix, face recognition on mobile phone, chat box, and self-driving cars. In simple words, AI and computer behave intelligently. That's all from me.
Beautiful, Fatima ji. Thank you so very much for explaining AI in such detail, and you have explained it beautifully. Okay, I can see Surya. You want to say something? You have raised your hand.
Sorry, by mistake.
Okay, it's fine. It's fine. Okay, so I will read the response. Okay, artificial intelligence, the ability of the machine to stimulate human intelligence. AI created, programmed, and trained by humans. AI is the future for everything, for all problems. Okay, a program made by people that makes computer do things seem intelligent in the same way the humans are smart. Okay, Pradeep ji says we are not able to unmute. Okay, I guess now you all can. It does not have brain. Artificial intelligence is a branch of computer science that develops systems capable of performing tasks typically requiring human intelligence, makes the machine to think like humans. Okay, oh my god, a lot of you have already posted what exactly AI. That means you all are aware of the correct definition of AI. No one is saying that ChatGPT is AI, because previously I still remember the first webinar when I started about telling the importance of AI. A lot of people were, very much fixated about this ChatGPT and Google Gemini, because at that point of time it was at boom. But right now, we can see n number of the AI tools coming in, and it's not only limited to the ChatGPT and Google Gemini. So yeah, here is a very small video for you all, since you all know, but it's a very interactive way that you all can introduce your kids for AI. So
kitty.
Hey, little kitty. So, how's the new AI system working? Well, that's an answer we all must know to keep up with the changing time. So, in today's episode, let me answer this technological revolutionary question. What is artificial intelligence? Zoom in. So, you ever heard of Alexa or Siri? Or seen a self-driving car? Or have you ever wondered how your phone's face recognition works? Well, believe it or not, all of these technologies have something in common, and that is they use artificial intelligence or AI to perform a task. And what is that? Well, before I answer that, let's see what the word intelligence stands for. Intelligence is the ability to gain and apply knowledge and skills. For example, when we learn the alphabet A to Z in kindergarten, we acquire this information and can use it to create words, sentences, or even solve many problems. Similarly, when a robot or computer uses the information programmed into it to solve problems, it is also using a form of intelligence. However, this type of intelligence is different from human intelligence. It is called artificial intelligence or AI. AI systems are designed to be able to learn from their experiences, adapt to new situations, and make decisions based on the available information. But the crucial question is it really helpful to us? AI can be used in many ways, from helping humans perform tasks more efficiently to allowing machines to perform tasks that would be difficult or impossible for humans to do. For example, AI can be used in robots to help them do tasks in factories or hospitals, or in self-driving cars to help them navigate roads and avoid accidents. One of the best things about AI is that it can process and analyze lots of data very quickly and accurately. This makes it a useful tool in many different industries like healthcare, finance, and retail, where lots of data needs to be analyzed to make good and quick decisions. So, in a way, it is a very powerful tool that is transforming our lives.
So, I have paused this video for a reason because we all know about AI, and we'll talk about the applications of the AI in the later part of the webinar, right? So from this video, what I can see, unlike the traditional programs that follow a fixed kind of instructions, like when we talk about an alarm system, it has like fixed instruction that you have to ring at this particular certain time. When we talk about any door or any automated door, or even the escalators, when you see the thing in the mall or in the airport, those are automation models, right? So what is AI system can learn from the patterns comes from data, and they can improve it over time. So this ability to learn and adapt is what making AI powerful, and that is why AI is growing in each and every sector, and that is why we are today talking about AI, but to relate it to the STEM, right? So now one more question for you all. How many AI powered tools do you think you use without realizing it? And which AI tool do you use the most? You all can type in the chat. I just wanted to know how many AI powered tools you all know, and which is your most favorite one. Okay, chat GPT. Oh, a lot of chat GPT. Okay, chat GPT users. Okay. Gemini, Perplexity, okay. Siri, Gemini, ChatGPT, QReport, okay. Notebook LM, great. Claude, oh great. Face recognition on phone, okay. That was a good example. We use it like unknowingly, right? Slides Go, Gemini AI, ChatGPT, AI Studio, Magic School, okay. Code.org also have, right? Siri, Grok, Alexa, Siri, Gemini, Agent AI, okay. Great. A lot of responses and all home control, okay. Meta, great, Meta. Mhm. I'm actually very happy to see very unique answers coming in apart from ChatGPT and Gemini, though I have no hard feelings there. But when I can actually able to sense that you all know beyond ChatGPT and Gemini, that is something which is good. Alexa, Claude, okay, great. I mean, you all are using AI powered tools, and I know you all are realizing nowadays. I will not say without realizing, because without realizing you can't operate ChatGPT and Gemini tools, right? When we talk about any of the AI powered tools which we use without even realizing, I have the answer for the same. It's Netflix, Alexa, Google, which is Gemini, obviously, because it has started the AI mode, and then Google Maps. These four things, I will not specifically say Alexa, but these three things we use it like without even knowing it. Spotify daily mix, yes, Fatima ji, correct. I was about to say Spotify as well. Yes, we a lot of recommendation when you see one series on Netflix, you can see a suggested movies related to that. That is what AI learning from your pattern, right? Google showing you n number of the related topics which you searched even as a suggestion. Right, yeah, YouTube and Instagram too, correct. YouTube give you the suggested videos, Instagram algo is crazy. Once you just watch a certain kind of the content and you can see any number of the content flowing in, right? This is how we are using AI without even realizing that AI is going on at the back, because it has become a kind of a part of life. It has become very normal right now. If you use any kind of the app, you will see one chatbot, one AI assistant. Everything is, having some AI element in it. That means AI is something which is a part, which should be a part of the education, and that is what the agenda for today's webinar is. So now I will talk about what is AI literacy. Right, I have given a lot of example to you all that what exactly AI, how exactly we are using it knowingly, unknowingly, right? But now it's time to talk about literacy, right? AI literacy is a very important concept. It is the ability to understand the intelligent systems, and we are surrounded by the intelligent systems. And why it is important? Because it is present in our everyday life, even in right in front of me. When I'm sitting in front of you, right, I can see Google. Even the Google Meet has started giving me, kind of the captions, AI generated captions, and some AI related things. So in each and every, even in my job, daily life, playing any game, if I'll download from App Store or Play Store, I can see AI integration. Anything is whether it is a normal shopping app, it is a YouTube like video streaming app, anything is having, like, everything actually is having AI, right? So AI literacy includes awareness of AI application in everyday technologies. When we understand how AI systems make predictions, how they suggest the relatable content, how they learn from patterns, that is what is included in AI literacy. When we talk about developing a critical thinking about AI technologies, like, might be possible, I don't know how many of you have gone to that level of depth of thinking, how exactly AI is learning from patterns. I just now saw one reel on YouTube or YouTube Shorts or Instagram Reel, right? And I can see that algo is all of a sudden about the same kind of the content. The question also comes, now I have started observing, if there are certain permissions for the apps which we provide before, after installing it, that is a microphone. If your microphone permission is on for any kind of the app, right? And even if you're not using your phone, you're just talking to the people sitting around you in real, right? AI is like that it uses your microphone data and it starts suggesting you the things related to that. For example, few days back I was talking about, any random mobile phone, right? And I was able to see the related ads on YouTube, Amazon suggested product, a Flipkart suggested product, right? Yes. So AI hears everything around it, not everything. So when you install the app, it is very important for you all to understand that AI should be used responsibly, and all the apps have the authority to ask the access of the microphone. If you give the access of the microphone, the app will be able to use the data of the microphone. I'm not saying that it will hear everything, because AI systems are programmed in such a way that they can pick the keywords. If I say iPhone, it's a keyword because it's there in the universe, right? That product exists. If I talk about water bottle, right, I will get n number of the suggestion of the water bottle, not a specific one, but might be possible one ad which is running, which is seeking for this kind of the algorithm, might be possible that company will pop up on Insta or YouTube, right? So the way just now, you asked that is a microphone listening us, that this is what I call AI literacy. The same question comes for the students as well, because they are using it. Whether you're stopping them or you're not stopping them, they are exposed to the technology. They are on their parents' phone. Might be possible a lot of them have their own phone. They have tabs at their home. They have computers at their home, and AI is everywhere. Now, that is the reason it is a most important concept when I say about AI literacy. So it is very important for students to understand how to use AI tools responsibly and ethically. Nowadays, I have actually observed students or kids just click the photo, put it up on the Google, and then ask random questions related to that, right? But they don't realize that they are putting the photo of their surroundings, right? Which is can be a good photo and it can be a bad photo as well. You don't want to uh, give away your surroundings images where you live or whatever you are doing like that only just because you are curious about it. So the permitted images and not permitted images, these are the kind of the ethical values which covers AI literacy is important for the students. That is what we call ethical use. Now, why exactly AI literacy matters in STEM education, basically. So, as you all know, those who don't know, STEM is science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. These are not four different subjects. These are the integration. This is the one approach where we are talking about science, technology, engineering, mathematics getting involved in something real life problem solving and critical thinking, right? It's a form of an education where a kid will learn more than the books. They will not only learn how to solve mathematics, they will learn how to implement that in real life. In the same way, they will not only learn science concepts, they will be able to apply it in the real life. So there are several reasons why actually AI, literacy should be the part of STEM education. First, AI is transforming many industries. When we talk about healthcare, when we talk about engineering, when we talk about transportation, right? AI is transforming. Second, the skill is actually required for the future workplace. Right now, when you see a workspace, whether you're working in the school, whether you're in any kind of the office, edtech, IT industry, anywhere, any sector, you will see AI is one of the things which is transforming the entire working system around you, right? Now, the second thing, this particular skill is required for future workplace. That means right now we can observe so much revolution. Just think about the kids who will be landing for job from like, just look at a vision of next 10 years. You can sense that a lot of advancement will come in, right? Now, so basically, the reason why I always say that STEM education should have AI literacy and it should be integral part of STEM education is they just don't need a basic computer knowledge. They need more than that. They should have a very good data understanding. They should have algorithmic thinking. They should have problem solving, critical thinking abilities. They should know how to innovate and create, because right now in the current era, nothing copy paste works. You should be able to innovate and create, because every second person can do a copy paste using chat gpt, but those who know prompting, those who know how to get the best out of chat gpt or gemini, right, they are coming up with the great results. So this is what uh, where this is what I call it as a difference of knowing AI and not knowing AI. I'm not saying that AI literacy is only for the people who are from computers background. Even for the academicians, if you're teaching Hindi, if you're teaching social science, if you're teaching math, science, any subject apart from computers, you all should have a proper AI tool understanding, even if you are not from the computers background, because it will help you to solve a lot of problems related to your particular subjects as well, right? So also teaching AI now, just now I was reading that CBSE portal, and I saw some AI related handbooks for you, for the teachers, basically for grade 6, 7, 8. And then I realized that they are coming up with a lot of AI thinking, where it includes computer vision, natural language processor, data science, right? So these kind of the topics are going to get included in, most probably to this 2026 and 27. We will see the official notification coming out soon related to that, but that is what the handbook is present. And I just read those handbook. The concepts are really advanced, right? Advanced as in they are students are aware of the AI, but they are explaining it in a form of a concept. They are including daily life examples as well. So that's why, that is how even national education policy supports AI literacy. Now, when I talk about AI is a core component of STEM, so in science, student observe how exactly it is connected to AI, and I'll tell you in short. So student will observe patterns, data patterns, the way we see the suggestions. The AI system actually observe the patterns, like which kind of the videos you like more, or which kind of the music you like more. When we talk about technology, how exactly digital tool functions, right? How exactly technology is functioning. When we talk about engineering, what are sensors, what are actuators, what are automation, what is robotics, right? Machine learning is one of the most important thing right now. Those concepts are really important for the students right now to get introduced with. When it should start from grade 3, or I'll suggest it should start from grade 1. Instead of giving them some kind of toys, kind of a Lego bricks, just give them some robotics which have a snap fit, right? Which can be fit in a form of a Lego bricks and can do something. At least they will get the understanding of how exactly engineering thinking works. Though it's a very big state word for grade 1 and grade 2, but it should start from somewhere. And I feel nowadays it should start from grade 1 only, because kids are too sharp to memorize everything, whatever we tell them, whatever we show them. When we talk about mathematics, mathematics is involved in AI. It applies logic. If you don't know math, you don't know how to apply logic, algorithms, and computational methods to solve any kind of the coding related things, or programming, or any kind of the system thinking. Now, just wanted to check, do you know these everyday tools use AI? Just wanted to check, are you all able to see the images right now? I guess there is a little lag. Fine, I'll discuss this slide later, not a problem. So right now, if you can see, there are tools written here we have already discussed. You can see I have just now told you about that CBSE syllabus. So first example says Google Translate, which use natural language processing. When we give voice command to something, whether it is Alexa, Siri, Hey Google, Hey Gemini, right? That is natural language processing. It's a concept which is getting used. In the same way, when we talk about Spotify recommendation, it's machine learning. When we talk about the ride sharing apps like Uber, they are routing algorithms. They are working on the routing algorithms. And when we talk about social media filters, we have seen a lot of AI filters getting improved. They are having some good kind of a face mask coming in for social media filters. When we talk about any Insta filters, Snapchat filters, right? Those all are computer vision. Kids are using it. It's a very good way, since they are already exposed to these kind of the apps. We can actually introduce computer vision kind of the concept to them. Okay, so sorry. Now it has appeared. Yeah, I was talking about these only. Wait, just a second. Yeah. Now, we will talk about the benefits of teaching AI in schools. Teaching in AI schools actually give a very good base for the students to understand any kind of the technology coming in around them in everyday life in schools, or in, in the universe, right? Because they will be aware that AI exists. There is something called, which is AI system. There are some intelligent AI helpers, intelligent systems. There are some ethic and rules to do the correct way, to do the AI in a correct way, right? So if they are aware of these kind of the things in schools, they will be able to handle AI in a much better way, right? So basically, it helps in building computational and logical thinking skills. We all know it is very important right now. Those who don't know about computational thinking, a very big problem can be solved in using step-by-step method, right? But to understand the main problem out of a big problem is very important, and this skill is called computational skill. You should be able to identify one problem out of a very big problem, right? And to solve anything, we need logic, whether it is a real life, whether it is a coding, or whether it is AI systems, right? And when we talk about it, it enhances creativity through designing intelligent solutions. Once you introduce anything to kids, they will definitely come up with more intelligent solutions or more creative things. For example, if you will tell any model how to train an AI model, or might be possible you are using any scratch based block based coding activity, where you are telling uh, students that you have to create a project where a project can sense whether you are far from the camera or near to the camera, and that particular program will tell the far and near. That means this is a computer vision, video sensing. You are teaching them the video sensing, and this is how the creativity is involved when we teach AI in schools. I am not telling you to teach ChatGPT, Gemini openly, just give directly to them. No, there is a proper progression which needs to be followed in the curriculum to introduce them to AI tools one by one, because it is very important for the educators to understand that we cannot give ChatGPT and Gemini for grade 1 and grade 2, right? Because it's a very open thing. They can learn n number of the things which are not needed, right? If it is productive, well and good, but what if it is not productive for them, right? So it's important for the schools to understand that what exactly the progression of the curriculum will be. There are multiple curriculums available which give you a proper progression of AI. That okay, first we will tell them smart helpers, then we will tell them machine learning, then we will tell them about the robotics like sensors, actuators, right? About the data science, NLP. In this way, it should progress, and it should start from grade 1. Grade 1 should have the exposure of AI, very basic terminologies, very basic tools, like kind of a drawing tools, where they can understand how the patterns learn. And in the same way, they will progress through grade 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like that, right? So that is how they will build creativity. Now it will enhance the curiosity in designing solutions. When you will give AI to them, they will come up with more better way to explore it. It will develop a digital confidence and technology fluency. The reason why computers, when we talk about National Education Policy 2020, the only agenda to make the programming mandatory from grade 6 is only one thing: to make a student technology wise confidence, and they should be fluent. For example, if I am giving you, if you all are from computers background, you all can see we have different set of languages to do programming. If I give you Python, you should be able to work on Python. If I give you Microsoft Office, you should be able to work on Microsoft Office, right? So what are the trending technologies are there? They should be the part of the knowledge of the STEM education. And if if it is possible to include AI in those and they are available in that particular tool, that also should be imparted to the students. Now, the entire agenda of teaching AI in the school to make students prepare themselves for the careers which are waiting for them, right, which does not exist right now. A lot of career, even the designation, even the hierarchy, even the what do we call JD, job description, that does not exist right now. The kids right now in the school will be doing that job from, I guess, next 10 years. In next 10 years, we can see a lot of new AI related designations and the job roles will come in. And they have already started rolling out. Right? So just to make students prepare themselves, this is how we are going to introduce AI in STEM education. It is very beneficial. Now, I am talking about a lot of AI in schools and all, but what exactly we are missing out? We are missing out the barriers. A lot of school, I understand, don't have that level of the computer lab. Completely fine, right? Even if the labs are not there, there are multiple curriculums existing right now who can give you a lot of screenshots oriented books. So if in case you don't have a lab setup where you can ask the kid to explore any AI tool, one lab setup, one laptop, or or not even that, like the book will also work. So the book with a lot of screenshots and a proper step-by-step process can help the student understand. So I'm not asking you all to get a very good lab setup, right? This is something STEM education should be in a form of that kind of a approach where a school can do it with the nominal expenditure, right? Because it is something a task for a school to conduct a STEM education if you're talking about any STEM lab, science lab, right? Math lab. So there should be proper correct resource available with the curriculum to conduct the AI integration with STEM. The first barrier with school is a lack of resources and trained educators. Right now, the need of the hour is to the educators should be trained on the correct tools, right? They should be trained. They should not be expected to train themselves. Definitely, we should all upskill ourselves. But as a school person, when I see they should be trained, right? And definitely they will put their effort to train themselves. The second barrier is keeping up with rapidly evolving technology. You should be aware what exactly technology going around us, what can be a barrier for you, what can be a positive thing for you, what exactly is running, and what will be the prominent thing for the student to learn. Now, when we talk about ethical concerns and misconceptions about AI, a lot of people are having a lot of misconceptions about AI when we talk about ethical concerns. Yeah, correct. Stable internet connection is needed by school. That is the most important thing right now. The basic thing right now, actually, you said the same correct thing. The basic thing right now is having a good internet connection and at least 4 to 5, PCs at your place. That I am talking about very basic school, the smallest possible school. Computer knowledge cannot be given without the computer right in front of you. It is not a theory subject. First of all, a lot of educators treating it as a theory subject. It's not a theory subject, it's a practical subject, though it doesn't count in your boards, right? The marks are not kind of a weightage thing, but yes, vision is important. Vision is important, skill is important. Now AI is a skill right now. If you know AI, if you know how to use a computer in a better way, you are in the game, right? So also I was talking about the ethical concerns and misconceptions about AI. See, pros and cons, it stays with every evolving technology, right? It is educators duty to first understand what are the ethical concerns and what can be the ethical concerns for the parents, and tell them beforehand that we are teaching AI. We are asking them to explore some of the AI tools, but those AI tools are kid friendly. If the parents wants to understand that what exactly we are teaching, tell them to open the book and see the screenshots. These are the tools. There are some of the very good websites and the tools available for the students related to drawing, related to training AI model, right? It is already present in this on the Google. Or which AI tool is safe for kids? Okay, which AI tool is safe for kids? All the drawing related. When, for example, if I'm scribbling anything, right, and if that particular platform is having AI integrated, correct? Auto draw is one of the example. Auto draw, quick draw, right? There are multiple things. There is like you can also go to Google Experiments Lab, correct? Google Experiments Lab will tell you about a different experiments related to machine learning, right? There's a Google Teachable Machine already present. Yes, teachable machines, right? And Scratch, you can train them on the coding related to Scratch, where there is a face sensing, video sensing, text to speech, translate, right? It will give them the introduction of NLP concepts. It will give them the introduction of video sensing, computer vision, right? In such way, yes, Scratch 3.0 MIT.edu. That's the best thing if you want your kids to explore AI and coding together, right? So we'll talk about the next thing, which is how students encounter AI in daily life. So it's a very, yeah, pictoblocks. Pictoblocks is also a thing which we can use for AI learning. You know what? You'll just go to Google or Gemini, right? It's up to you. You'll just can see what are the open source tools available for AI. AI exploration, but that does not give you the proper understanding, or it will not help you to explain how to train students on that particular quick draw or auto draw. What's the logic behind it? That's why I say a proper curriculum is needed to give them the progression based knowledge, conceptual based graduation in AI. First, they have to learn what, why they are exploring auto draw, why they're exploring quick draw, why are they using Google Teachable Machine. These are just the AI tools to go and explore. Anyone can do it. But if I will ask any student, what did you understand from it? They will clearly say, we just trained the model, right? But what's the mechanism of the model? What's going behind it? What concept are you using? So for such kind of the knowledge, right, we need a proper curriculum with the proper AI tools which are openly available. And yes, a lot of schools don't want to invest in the tools, so that's why I go for the curriculum which says open source tools. Okay. Now the thing comes here that now we are looking at how exactly students encounter AI in daily life. Now that example includes voice assistants. You all can see a lot of voice assistants, Alexa, Siri, right? Chatbots using in any of the customer support, whether it is Swiggy, whether it is Zomato, chatbots are there. Image recognition. You all can see a lot of Insta filters, Snapchat filters, which I have already discussed. Right now, even unlocking the phone through face recognition, that is also AI, because that is using face recognition technique, right? Now, smart home automation, those who have smart home, right? Those who can say, Alexa, Siri, open curtains, right? Those kind of the automation. And then personalized search results, as in suggested videos. Yes, Google Lens is one of it. Google Lens, when we talk about Google Lens, it's an image recognition model. Whenever you want to know anything about any particular plant, for example, or any particular plant leaf, you can just click a photo of it, upload it in the Google Lens, and it will give you a number of the. My mother used to do it. My mother loves gardening, and she likes to explore new plants. So if a plant is new to her, she asked me, and then I, showed her how to do it, and now she do the same, right? So in this way, even the parents have started using it, right? So it's a kind of a good thing. It's helping them. So discussing a very familiar technologies that help students, or students can observe around them, it is very important for make them to relate to AI concepts, right? So okay, one question for you all. Can you all tell one way you will introduce AI to students? One way, only one way you can introduce AI to students. Just now I have told you how exactly you can. You can give me one example, or any device, any app which you would like to tell your students or kids for AI. You can type it in the chat. which is one way you would introduce AI to your students? Okay, ChatGPT. Okay. Directly ChatGPT. Okay, fine, fair enough. All the responses are like around AI tools. I'll give you some hints. Would you show examples of AI tools? Would you conduct a proper classroom activity where it is a kind of a role play where one student will act like a certain AI tool and other will guess, this kind of an engaging activity, or discussing any ethical issue? Auto correction detective AI tool like Grammarly. Great. Yeah, Fatima ji, would you like to add? I don't know whether you're able to unmute or not. If in case you are unable to unmute Fatima ji, you can type in. I'll read. Okay, the challenge. Okay, to introduce new technology, AI role play. That's great. Train image with teachable machine. Okay, role play would be helpful. Google Map. Great. The human ability. One way to introduce AI to. Okay. Team, can we unmute Fatima ji? Possible? Because she is unable to unmute. I guess. Till the time Fatima ji, they are working on it, you can write it if possible.
Yes, they can speak
Yeah,
now.
hello, ma'am.
We have Hansa.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
As an IT teacher, like I will introduce artificial intelligence to students by simply using real life examples.
Okay.
For example, I will explain that AI is already part of their daily life, like voice assistants, mobile for voice unlock, and YouTube recommendations.
Mhm.
And then after, I will use interactive activities such as I will ask students to give instructions to computer to show how machines think step by step, demonstrate them like they can draw, speak, and write question answers.
Correct.
And the next, like I will, as a teacher, like as an IT teacher, my focus on it will be activity based. Like I will
Mhm.
divide students to small groups. Like I will give each group one social issue, like pollution, traffic, education gap, healthcare, women safety, and I will tell students to discuss about it.
Great. Great, Fatima ji. Thank you. Thank you so very much for giving the response. Actually, I was talking about this only, giving a role play, and it's a great way that you are actually pretty much sorted in your mind that how you can introduce. So, since you're from IT field, you have a plus one there. You know how system works, right? So that's great. That's really great. And I can see role play AI and human Claude quizzes, map to know the geography to understand the area of the country. Okay, and also we can show them by using commands the Siri is doing in an iPhone live examples. Yes, a lot of teachers don't have the access of phone in the classroom. That is completely fine. If you have a computer lab, if you have Google, just click on the microphone. You can give a Google Translate, that is NLP, right? You can give Scratch, open source, right? You can give quick draw, auto draw, a lot of examples, but you should know the mechanism. Make sure that you know the mechanism. If you're just openly exploring, asking the students to explore any AI tool without any curriculum, just make sure that you are giving a proper and the correct knowledge of that mechanism. Okay, so teaching AI through STEM activities. As I was talking about the curriculum, I told you that initial grades should have a proper, kind of pattern recognition and classification games. Every time when we talk about uh, uh, kids like grade one or grade two kids, when we talk about them, it is all about how you can engage them. First of all, engaging is a task, right? So pattern recognition, you can go to some good open source tools where they can understand patterns through, as you all know a lot of tools. I will not name them now, right? There are pattern recognition games, there are sorting and classification games, data collection activities, right? Data collection as in simple machine learning simulations which are present, right? Then AI integrated robotics. Yes, robotics is one of the most important concept of AI, which gives the education related to machine learning. When we talk about machine learning and when we talk about data training, data AI model, face sensing, gesture control robots, this is a kind of a holistic way where we can introduce AI, automation, coding, all of the things together with STEM. And that is how it should be implemented. It should be implemented as a base of a skill level also, not only theoretical, not only related to the screens. If the students are able to make machines, if they are able to make robots, right, if they are able to automate any task, that will be a great thing. They will understand in a much better way. Project based challenges, if you're going with robotics, a lot of robotics curriculum I see which comes in STEM education, it's all about AI gesture control, face gesture control, hand gesture control, blinking, right, using a virtual remote, automation, making it like when you using sensors, when you see an obstacle, just take a right or left, don't get bumped into that, right? So these kind of the robotics machine learning helps them to understand AI through STEM activities, right? Now when we talk about age appropriate learning progression, primary grade should be able to identify, first of all, smart machines and patterns. Smart machines are all around them. They should be able to understand what is machine, what is smart machine. That means what is AI enabled and what is not. When we talk about middle grades, it's all about understanding data and simple decision rules. That why this happened, why exactly the robot was walking straight and then it took a right after taking a pause and then it moved right because it saw one obstacle coming, right? That is what we call understanding data and simple decision rules. For the upper grades, we talk about exploring machine learning and concepts and application, how to train AI model, what are face gesture, computer vision, hand gestures, right? For senior grades, analyzing AI systems, ethics, and real world use. If you will expect grade 1 and grade 2 to understand AI ethics, it's very impossible for them to even relate to those ethics because everything is good for them. Everything is correct for a grade 1 and grade 2, right? So it's not a correct age to introduce any AI ethic related thing for primary grades. Yes, you can definitely start from middle grade and upper grades because I believe nowadays students are really smart. So yes, they can go ahead with a lot of ethical knowledge if you all want to give. But the correct age to give the AI ethic knowledge, what about the kindergarten and early years? No, you cannot give ethical knowledge. When I talk about ethical knowledge, if you'll talk about the privacy concern, if you'll talk about the data, biasness. Okay, let me give you one of the example. This is the activity. Okay, and uh, so there's a scenario for you. A hiring AI hired only second and third person in the below queue. Do you spot any bias? Can you spot any bias if a hiring AI robot or a machine or any software is hiring only second and the third person in the photo, second and the third person in this particular queue? So do you spot any bias? Is there any bias? Gender, okay. Men only, correct. Only gents are hired, okay. See, I totally agree with one statement. AI systems are powerful, but they are not perfect, right? Otherwise, AI would have lived and we would have, gone long back, right? Sometimes they produce a biased result. So most of you all are using Claude, Gemini, ChatGPT. You all have your own set of instructions, which you all have trained your ChatGPT and Gemini. And now ChatGPT and Gemini have understood your pattern, that what kind of the answers you need. Sometimes when you know something and the AI is giving the AI is giving the incorrect answer, and then you say, oh, I feel that this is wrong, and then ChatGPT also says, oh yes, you're right, sharp, you're so sharp, like they come up with that kind of the response, right? So definitely sometimes because of the pattern recognition they can produce a biased result. Imagine, like just like this scenario itself, the hiring AI system is selecting candidates from a queue, but choosing only certain people, right? It is the bias is the dark skin man. No, it has nothing to do with the color. Okay, it has nothing to do with the color. It's just about the male. The hiring agent is only hiring the male people, like male person. If you will see in the queue, yes, bias in generating images as well. That's great. That's a really good example. Those who are doing a lot of content work and need the images, and they are using AI to generate the images, they can actually relate that it is actually biased, right? So in this uh, image, leaving the first one, which is a robot, we'll start the counting from the lady, that is first, second, third, fourth, right? So why not female? Because that particular system, Ravindraji, is only trained to hire males, right? So AI systems learn from data, and if the data is biased, the system may reproduce it. That means system can repeat the mistake. This is why teaching AI ethics and fairness is really important. This is the reason when I say that you can actually introduce to the middle age or the upper grades to understand machine learning and AI ethics, because it is very difficult for a student to for grade 1 and grade 2 to understand this biasness. They will first explore and then they will understand biases. Okay? Now we'll talk about the benefits of AI through STEM. Learning AI through STEM offers actually multiple benefits. First of all, holistic learning. If the schools are including robotics in their curriculum as a skill subject, that's a win-win situation. You will be able to make students understand machine learning, pattern recognition, math, science, engineering, STEM, AI, everything all at once, right, in a well-rounded way. A lot of hands-on skills such as coding, robotics, and data analysis, which I already told you. Real world connection is really important nowadays in the curriculum. When I say real world connection, a student should be able to connect this particular concept to their surroundings. No matter whatever the industry we are talking about, healthcare, transportation, and entertainment, right? Now, most importantly, it prepares the students for an AI-driven future. When we talk about AI-driven future, it is already there. We are living in the future, right? We are the future. Now, the coming generation will be the future, right? Now, let's talk about role of STEM in future work. Apart from AI, STEM is a very important thing to understand the approach. The future economy will be strongly driven by innovation. None of the copy paste thing will work. Because apart right now you all can see a lot of similar kind of the things are coming. If you will see ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, these three are what? They are working AI systems only, right? These are the bots which are actually doing the same thing on different platforms. One, they are already trying to compete, but they are doing the same thing, right? Yeah, definitely a lot of plugins have come in for coding and for different things. But if you will see in a broader perspective, apart from these three, if anyone wants to do something related to this similar concept, it won't be a hit right now because they're already in the game. They are far ahead from us. So the future economy will be strongly driven by the innovation, right? It's about artificial intelligence, it's about robotics, it's about in-demand skill, 21st century skills. You should be able to lead it, you should be able to communicate, collaborate with people, you should be able to understand how technology use science and mathematics together, how technology use coding. Teaching coding is not only for them to go and just write one set of code to, display a star pattern, etc., etc. It's a base. And after that base, they should be able to solve a real life thing using that particular code or that particular AI technology, right? And that is also, dependent on the data science as well. When we talk about sustainable and global challenges, STEM will actually play a very good role. As we all can see, temperatures are increasing right now. Even I can see it's just now in Feb, we can see the temperature was different. Now the temperature is different. It has increased by 5 degree more. In a lot of states, it's like that, right? So when we talk about sustainability and global challenges, AI will play a very big role in maintaining the systems and maintaining the data and understanding and to solve it as well. Right? Okay, so there is one popular thing which you all know. How does this recommendation system work? So I will do one thing. I will just break it down using the STEM concept. Whenever we go to Amazon or Flipkart, there's a recommendation system which works. How exactly it works? Data analysis. The data, the system first goes through customers' browsing history, right? It will first go through the customer browsing history. It will learn the pattern algorithm. It will detect pattern, right? And finally, technology algorithms to match the similar products. A very simple example of this machine learning and technology. Very simple example of how AI with a lot of uh, technology concepts works in everyday life, and these concepts are going to get introduced in 6, 7, 8 as per CBSE right now, whatever they are planning, right? So what about the kids who don't have AI exposure from grade 1 to 5? All of a sudden they will be doing this. So that's the reason it is very important to make a very good base for from grade 1 and grade 2 itself. It's just that you have to choose a very right curriculum for the same. Okay? So role of educators in AI literacy, I always say educators, you all are doing a very great job. Right now, you all have seen a lot of evolvement from the educators from whom you have learned versus the educators you have become right now, and the level of the students and the audience you are facing, it's totally different. And I can actually relate, and and I'm really proud of saying this, that a lot of educators are really upskilling themselves each and every day to understand the new technologies, new approach coming in to make the student learn things in a more better way. They play a very crucial role. Right now the role is creating the curiosity about the new technology, new things, connecting AI with the real and daily based examples using STEM topics, right? You have to encourage students. You have to ask a lot of curious questions to them. How exactly you have to make them to brainstorm a lot, right? When we talk about ethics, educators have to promote. Actually, ethical use of technology, what is correct, what is not. If the teacher is telling them in a very proper way, then they will be able to understand what is right and what is not, right? Educators play a very big role in forming an ethical value, right? In forming a ethical value even in the real life. I'm not talking about any subjects. I have got a very good set of teachers, and they were like really good. And I still in my memory, I just go back to that memory lane and I understand and I relate that why exactly they were telling me this thing at that time, right? Team, please roll out the feedback form. If people want to go, they can. Right. So coming to the conclusion, AI literacy empowers students to understand and shape technology. STEM education is enriched with AI builds innovation capability. Innovation is really important. Schools play a very crucial role, whether it is AI, STEM, or the like. Right? Integrating AI today prepares learner for tomorrow. Any kind of a technology will a student will be able to handle if if the student is particularly able to understand AI. So yeah, here we come to the end of the session. A lot of you are in rush and a lot of you are asking the feedback form. Sometimes even these kind of the messages pops up, it is kind of, I feel like uh, might be possible I'm boring you all. So yeah, if you all are bored, please team, please roll out the feedback form. Now we have reached the end of the session, and I will be happy to take any kind of the questions coming from the audience, right? And I will. Is arts also a part of STEM as STEAM? Yes, Hazel, you're right. It's STEAM. Okay. It is not the mind of robot working here, but the person. Yeah, correct. For robotics, it's all about machine design thinking, system thinking. It's all about human creating a model. When we talk about ChatGPT, Gemini, AI, right? It's all human invention. If you all have any questions, you can type it in the chat. And those who are filling the feedback form, just a second. Yes, team have already rolled out the feedback form. Please click the link. If you're facing any difficulty, please put it in the chat. And I hope this session have gave you insight into how exactly you can introduce AI and you can integrate the same thing in STEM. If you have questions, even after the sessions, you can connect with us, right? You can visit our Facebook, LinkedIn, X, Insta, right? And you can email us support@nexteducation.com. We can actually help you out with the proper curriculum as well.